Good morning, students. Now, I'm going to tell you about Python pandas, some mathematical functions that can be applied with Python pandas, like min, like max, like average. So that type of function that can also be applied with the Python pandas. So now I am going to tell you that how it can be implemented. So one program I am going to write. As you know, min function is used to calculate the minimum value from the data frame, or max function is used to display the maximum value. Maximum means largest value, or the smallest value that can be displayed with the min function. So in the same thing, if you want to apply Python pandas, with the Python pandas, if you want to apply it, so it can be applied by using the programs. So I am going to write one program. In that you have to practice, you have to see that how it can be applied with any functions with Python pandas. So now I am going to write import pandas as PD. Python pandas we are taking and object that is PD. After that we are taking the data, like data equals to any data we are taking, like here we are taking any numeric value, like one column. As you know that with the dictionary we have to keep with the keys. So keys we are taking here. After that we are starting one elements, like 2, 5, 10, 15, 16. So after that another series, another data frame, if you want to apply you can apply. If you don't want to apply, doesn't matter, only series can be applied. So after that we are taking second step. In this step we are taking 2, 5, 7, 20, 30. So like this you are taking the value. Like this you are taking the value. So here the question is that the elements we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again we are taking in second row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 elements we are taking here. After that just we are closing the dictionary. So after that hold the data that will be stored in a variable that name is data. So after that if you want to apply it with the data frame, for that we can take the example df equals to pd dot data frame, pd dot data frame. After that we are taking that variable, in that we are storing the data. So here data we are taking, so that will be stored in df. Actually it will be stored in df. After that we want to know that the minimum and maximum value of which is the minimum and which is the maximum value within this. So that's why we are taking this. So here x equals to or mi equals to df dot min method. So if you are taking this, it means by using min method, the minimum value that will be stored in mi. If we want to store ma equals to df dot max, so this value that can also be stored in ma. Actually, within these variables, we are storing the data. After that, just we want to print mi, print ma. Actually, it is a case sensitive language. That's why we have erased m, because m I have written in capital. That's why m I have erased. So don't worry if you are taking the example of min max. So this type of functions that can be applied. After that, if you want to use another functions of maths, like aggregate functions, actually first of all I want to tell you the aggregate functions. The aggregate methods are those methods that is having a number of elements we are taking, so it can be called as a aggregate functions. So here, if we want to calculate the sum, if we want to calculate the count, so that type of functions, that type of methods we can use with the pandas. So here these library methods that are available, so these can be applied here. Again I am going to tell you that this all the data you have to see. After that you have to check that what is the problem in that. Now I am going to tell you some important functions, some important methods of Python pandas that can be applied. So here min or max I have told you. After that function count you can use, some function you can use. So that type of function that can also be applied with this. So again I am giving the example. Import pandas as pd. Pandas as pd. After that, just we are taking the data. d1 equals to any data we are taking, like 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, second keys we are taking 5, 6, 7, 8. After that, just we are closing it. Actually, semicolon that will not be applied here. As you know, semicolon is the indication of the termination, but we are not terminating the data. After that, we are taking one data frame like df equals to pd dot data frame. So it can be converted in the form of data frame. So in the form of tables it can be shown in df. After that, if we want to apply the counting, how many elements it is having, how many what is the sum of these all the datas. So just we are taking the calculation like CO we are taking for counting. So df dot count, and for some SU we are taking df dot sum. So in CO we are taking counting, after that in SU we are taking the sum. So just we want to print it, if we want to calculate minimum maximum, that can also be applied here. So print the sum of data frame, sum of data frame here we can count the number of elements in data frame comma CO. So by using this method it can be applied that count function and sum function that can also be applied with this. So one question I am taking that if we are taking this type of programming, for that we have to practice also. We have to make it in the practice. After that you are able to tell what will be the output, what will be the value. Actually now I am going to give you some sort of programs. In that I am going to ask you what will be the value, means output we want to know that what will be the output. In the same thing I am going to ask you that what is the error. So before that you have to see what is the correct program, how we are able to write the correct programming. After that you can understand what is it. So actually they are telling you some other points also, like axis like this, so that can discuss later also. So here the question is that if we are asking the question what is wrong in this program and what is right in this program, so for that actually this type of question that will come in your exams, that's why I am giving this type of questions. So in your unit test also this type of question I will give you, whether it is related to correct answers, correct the programs, and whether it can be applied to check that what will be the output of this following program. So now one lengthy program I want to write. Actually this type of program you can make by own, but before the practice it is not applicable, it will not be performed. So you have to check it again and again. After that you can understand what is right and what is wrong in this program. So this is the shortest type of programs. After that I am going to tell you one lengthy program also. So in that you have to check that how you are able to take the decision what is right and what is wrong. So I am writing one program regarding series or data frame, so that can be applied, and within that the nested loops and the if else ladder that can also be applied. So for that I am going to write a lengthy program. Please check it. Actually, I am writing import pandas as PD. Actually, after that, here one another file, one another module like numpy as np. These two modules we are taking. After that, we are defining the data for the different series, like one is marks and one is names. So here we are taking m, here we are taking n. In both the things, in both the datas, we are giving the values like the series. So in marks we are writing any marks we want to write PD dot series. After that any series we can give. So 20, 30, 25, 22 and 27. This series we have given. After that, in names, the names I want to give like any name we are taking PD dot series, PD dot series. In series we are giving the names Aman, Anirudh, any other name if you want to give, Lalit. So this type of name you have given. Here you have given this type of name. This type of name you have given. After that, you have to check that this data that should be within the structure. So we are taking like stu equals to, actually these names we can find within the keys. So here we are taking the dictionary. After that name colon n comma marks within that we have written m. It means all these things that can be kept in the form of dictionary with the help of columns, with the help of keys we have stored here. So after that just I want to check, I want to write in the form of data frames. So here we are taking the example df equals to pd dot data frame, then we are taking st. So if you want that this type of data or this type of structure that should be displayed with the different columns like names, marks, so we can give also. So we are able to write columns equals to column equal to, after that one column that is name, another column marks, then the structure that can be framed with the data frame. After that, if you want to take the grades, so that can also be applied. Actually in grade you can use as a null. So here you are taking like df1 equals to within the bracket you can able to write anything like a grade. So you can write grade, then you can store it as null value. So here we are taking df1 equal to, here we are taking np equals to null, np dot non, none. So actually here nan, and here you can use the list also. If you want to use within the dictionary you can apply, but within the list if you want to apply you can apply it. So this type of programs that can be implemented on your system. After that, here if I want to write in the form of here nan we have written, so in that grade we have defined as a null value. After that we want to apply the loops within that. So if you want to print it doesn't matter, but if you don't want to print doesn't matter. So after that just we are taking the example. Here one loop we are starting like for I in I and comma लगा के j we are writing. So here two variables we are taking I and j. In the value we are taking like the items number of elements that can be stored here. So here we are storing df1 dot item itr items, df dot itr item. So it means this loop is workable. This loop is workable until or unless it is any item, any columns, any value it is stored. So if it is left, then it will be workable. So by that we are using this type of loop here. After that, just we want to take the example, the length of j. So here L equals to, we want to count the length of the this data frame. So that's why we are taking the length equals to length j. It means in j this data item value that will be stored as a single item. As a single item we are storing it. So after that all the things that will be stored in this form. Here again I want to check that if I equals to marks, here I you are taking, so I equals to marks. If I equals to marks, it means marks, whatever marks you are having. So if it is, so it means the first marks is null. So here you are able to write the first equal to, it means in that only the blank value that will be stored, blank value that will be stored. After that you are able to write the rest of the part of the programs. So if you have seen this thing, after that I am going to tell you the other parts of this program. So here I want to erase it. So if you have seen this thing, then I am just erasing half of the portion of this board. Actually half portion I have written for completing this program. So here again we are taking another loop, like for row in L, sorry, like this L. It means the length by the columns the length will be stored. So it can be workable up to length. So here if you are taking range, after that you can work up to length. So one more thing I want to tell you, that according to this, one variable we are taking mr, equals to, in marks, if we want to store, which is the greatest one, so here I can write J in bracket the row. It means J means how many columns in that the row numbers that has to be stored in MR. MR means marks. So M1 you can take here, M1. After that, if M1 is greater than equal to 90, if M1 is greater than equals to 90, then print the grade, any grade you can write. A plus you can write. After that, alif check, M1 is less than, M1 is less than 90, or you can directly write marks is greater than, M1 is greater than equals to 70, then print A grade alif, M1 is greater than equals to 50, then print B. So according to that you can give the grades. According to that you can write the grades like B. One more I am writing again. If alif M1 is greater than equals to 40, then print C. At last we are writing else we can write print D. So according to this, grade can also be printed, and if you want to print with the series, then it can be printed. If you want that in the same thing, if this program that should be closed, so all these things that can be done with this help. So students, actually this type of lengthy program, this type of programs that can also be stored here. So you have to check yourself where you are standing. So that's why I am giving you the instructions that these programs that should be implemented on your system, so that no problem will be faced by you. If you will face the problem, then definitely you can ask the questions. If you are not asking, then I can understand that everything is going smoothly. So if you are facing the problem, you tell me now or afterwards, so you can tell. Through the electronic appliances, you can send your problems. if you have seen all these things, if you have seen all these things, then I am going to write another important points regarding this data frame. And one more question I am going to give you for your assignment. Please check question number 159, chapter page number 159, long answer questions, long type of questions. In that there is a question number 5, there is a question number 5 and question number 3. Question number 3 and question number 5. Actually, I am reading question number 3 first. Write a program that performs count, sum, max and min functions on rows and on columns. In question number 5, I am giving you, just I am reading, give two identical data frame, sales 16, sales 17 and but sales 17 has some values missing. Write code so sales 17 fills its missing value from the corresponding entries in sales 16. Actually, for the missings, I have not given any questions. So that's why in this question I am making some changes. In this question I am making some changes. Like this, please note it down the question. Give two identical data frame, sales 16, sales 17. After that, this sentence, but sales 17 has some missing values. Please cut this. At the place of this, you have to write, do the four mathematical operations, like addition of the data frames, like subtraction of the data frames, like multiplication of the data frame, like division of data frame. So all four mathematical functions that should be applied with these two data frames. In another data frame, that is sales 17, with the name of sales 17, all these things that should be stored. So here one more thing I am going to tell you. If we are using another functions except min max and count, so this type of functions, if we want to use another functions that can also be applied with this. Here one function, that is quartile, standard deviations, variation. So this type of function that can also be applied here. But before starting this, I want that all the questions that are related to sum, count, like this, so that should be completed here first. So again I want to write a program in that all the functions that has been completed till now, so that should be completed, that should cover in the given program. Actually, there are two data frames, and within two data frames we want that two data frame that should be merged. After that we have to calculate the counting, sum, and minimum maximum value that should also be calculated. So according to that I am writing the program. Here import pandas as pd d1 equals to 1 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So one data we are having like this. After that we are taking another data like 2. D2 equals to another data, in that we are writing 2. In this structure, in this data, we are having the different value. After that, just we are framing it in df1. We are storing pd dot data frame, like d1. After that, df2 equal to pd dot data frame d2. So in df1 and df2 we have stored all the values in the form of data frame. In the form of data frame we have stored all these things. After that, just we want to make another data frame. We want to merge df3 equals to df1 plus df2. If we want to apply it, we can apply it. If we want to concatenate, that can also be possible. So with the function of concat, you can add both the, you can merge both the data frames. After that, if you want to apply the methods, different methods like mi equals to df dot min, it means minimum value we have calculated. After that, by max df dot max function we are having. After that, if we are having co equals to df dot count. So here we can give the conditions. Here we can give the conditions according to the axis. We can check. We can check that from which side we want to calculate, or up to which conditions. Up to which conditions it can be counted. So generally I am giving only this thing, that for the counting we want that this should be count. One more thing, that is sum. SU equals to df dot sum. So all four mathematical functions with the joining of the data frame, it can be applied here in this program. So this question is having the complete informations regarding your syllabus, in that they are merging the data frames, they are putting the value in the form of data frames, and after that just they want to apply the functions or the methods. As I have told you, min, max, count and sum. So all these functions that can also be applied. After that we want to display like min, like ma, max, like cu, counting, like su. So all these functions has to be performed here. So according to that I have to check that this function can be applied in the following way. So you have to check each and everything. This is the easiest way. Through that you can check that what we can do for the implementation of the data frames. With that, if we are using any sort of program methods, if we want to use, so that can also be applied here. So if you want to ask any questions, you can ask me within the time, that is 8 to 2. You can ask the questions. Thank you.